Hey internet friend, this is MagicBrad.com with the SynergyCollaborative.com, and there's my friend Janet Johnson. How are you? Here's the deal, Glockenspiel. I'm going to get my hair cut, so if you like it this way, take a screenshot because I'm going to get it cut. It's going to get trimmed down. Anyways, I want to talk about three different things. I want to talk about branding, personal branding. I want to talk about focus and consistency, and I want to talk about compounding leverage. So here's number one, personal branding. That's what my MagicBrad brand is. I use that because it separates me from the Brians and the Brandons and the Brendans and the other Brads that are on the internet. So that's why I use the term MagicBrad, and it came about because of my magical entertainment. So I use that brand so that when people are trying to find what I do, they know how to find it by just Googling that one key word, MagicBrad. And part of this was brought up because I just saw a live video from my friend Rhonda Swan, who is the Unstoppable Mama. And she helps people with branding, and she has been the Unstoppable Mama for a long time. I mean, 2014, even before that, she was that brand. And she also talked about focus, so that brought into my mind the next thing is focusing on one specific agenda. And the sun is out here, so it kind of reminds me of the magnifying glass in the sun, and use the magnifying glass to like burn a piece of paper. Ever do that when you were a kid? I haven't done it for years, but but you need to stay focused, because if you move it away, the paper gets cold and the heat goes away and it doesn't burn like a laser. So you need to stay focused, and that's really hard these days because there's so many things going on all the time. There's always something happening somewhere, and they call it the shiny object syndrome or squirrel. See a squirrel? And it's really hard to focus, especially on this internet thing, because there's everything from political stuff into issues to cat photos to a different platform. They jump onto LinkedIn, or they fold their phone up and they go have lunch. It's really hard to stay focused on stuff these days with the internet. Whereas when it was focused on a specific city, at least the stuff was here in the Twin Cities. But now with the internet, it could be in Sri Lanka, or it could be in Costa Rica, it could be in Bali, it could be in Canada, it could be in Colorado, it could be anywhere. So learning how to focus is a challenge. I mean, so here's one example is some people use all the followers they have on Twitter or Periscope or Instagram, and they think they've got a lot of followers, but all they've got is people from all over the world that have clicked a little like button, and they're kind of there. There's no real relationship there that has been built. The other thing I was going to talk about is the compounding leverage. That happens almost naturally in these platforms like Facebook. You always get these things, requests from friends. You don't even know who they are, but they're friends. So it ends up friends of friends that refer friends, and it ends up compounding by itself as far as social media growth. But what about bank account growth? How can you get those friends to actually be customers or prospects or partners to be able to create a online income stream and having multiple streams of income coming from online marketing? So those are the three things I want to talk about. So I will give you my take on it. Number one, as far as the brand, I think you should create a personal brand. Even if you're promoting a multi-level marketing type of platform. Oh, somebody came in here. Paul, Brad Peace, how you doing? Saw someone else that came in here too. Looks like Lori. There's a distraction. See, that just took me off my focus. So getting back to the personal brand, my MagicBrad brand. Even if you're doing like a network marketing company, or even if you have a job, you might want to create a personal brand in case that job disappears. You can go find another gig somewhere, another job somewhere, and your brand, your personal brand, will live on. So rather than just going job hunting, they say, well, why should I hire you? Well, because you've got a recognized brand that has a following online, or people they know, like, trust, and respect you, you're much more apt to be hired for that job. So it's not just for self-employed people, but for self-employed people, you see people in network marketing companies and they say, my company they have the best nutritional products. It's not even their company. They are a representative of that company, And if that company ever goes away, which happens often, they have nothing. So you need to create your personal brand. I've had that situation happen to me multiple times. So creating multiple platforms to be on protects you, and then if you have your own personal brand, you can take that with you. They can't take away your face. Although I did see something where people put on masks and you could do that, but your heart and soul. So the other part of it was the focus factor. That is a challenge to do, to be able to focus. And I know that we've all got that, where there's that shiny object syndrome and it takes you everywhere. So by putting like stickers on your mirror in your bathroom that gets you back on track and back on focus. There's my best friend that I knew from when we were like 4 or 5 years old. He stayed focused on magic, and he's a very successful magician. But he stayed focused on it. Whereas I got off into jewelry, then I got into producing events, and I got into travel. I get into a lot of different things because I got this brain that doesn't stop. But the ability to focus, if you focus and laser focus on one thing, eventually that thing will have to manifest because you just keep on putting your attention to it. Wherever you put your attention, that's where the energy goes. So then the other part is the compounding effect, the scaling part. So with all the people that you've got that are growing in your Instagram account, you see these things online, these little like ladders. Well, you like mine, I'll like yours. That doesn't really do anything other than trick the algorithms into thinking you've got more people, but there isn't a real relationship there. The relationship happens at a live event, in my opinion, where you can actually meet this person, look them in the eye, shake their hand, give them a hug, and know who they are. So that, with a live event, I think that's a much more firm, concrete way of building a real relationship, rather than just because someone followed you, you followed them back. They live over in India, you live in Columbia Heights, Minnesota. You're never going to really connect. You might down the road look at their program, they're trying to offer something, but you're skeptical because you don't know who they are. So that's why I like to do a lot of video, because you get to actually see the people. So that's part of the whole difference. So there's those three things I want to talk about. And they are focus and branding and scaling. Okay, compounding. Okay, peace, love, and happiness. This is MagicBrad signing off. Enjoy the rest of your day. Be well. Bye.